The final question from the prepared questions, first to Mr. Schuler. How can the state of Ohio make higher education affordable for more Ohioans preparing for the workplace?
That's a very important issue in that we need an educated workforce in order to make Ohio viable. And we need to have jobs in order that the people who graduate from college stay in Ohio. But if they go away, then they can go to other states sometimes and go to college cheaper than they can here in Ohio. And if the students go away, they're more likely to stay away. And so we're losing our best and brightest. So we need to make college more affordable. The legislature over the last several years, because of the pressure to give more funding to schools, has taken money away from colleges to give to K through 12. So with a limited budget, when that 74% increase in funds came, it came from somewhere, obviously, and a lot of that, I think, came from higher education. So there are some measures happening now. One is the Ohio Education Instructional Grant is being changed. It's called now the Ohio College Opportunity, and it's obviously they didn't just change the name. They've got they're going to increase the income limit, for example, to $75,000 for a family, recognizing that the old $39,000, there are people between that $39,000 and $75,000 aren't wealthy and can't afford this real high tuition. In addition, there's the fellow passing out some things when I walked in for this Learn and Earn, this issue 3. That money would go to scholarships if that's passed, the money from the gambling. But we need to do more than that. We need to cut the cost, and one thing we need to do is to consolidate, not the colleges necessarily, although the Toledo University and the Toledo Medical School just consolidated with much significant decreases in cost, and we need to look at more of that. We need to look at doing away with some of the programs. Every college doesn't need a doctorate in paleontology, but also important, we need to prepare the students in high school so that when they go to college, they don't need remedial help.
Mr. Smith?
Great. Thank you. Our higher education system is number two. Number two in the cost of in-state tuition, that is. As Senator Schuler said, you can send your child out of state, pay out-of-state tuition and pay less money than you could pay to send that child to University of Cincinnati or Ohio State. Yes, in fact, we have been pulling money from higher education. In fact, since 2001 to 2005, we pulled back about $1,600 per student, or now we're less funded. Now what happens? Of course, tuition has to increase in order to make that up, and tuition has increased at least $1,300 per student over that time period. Essentially, we either have to figure out how to shift money from other sources, or we need to figure out how the current money is being spent. Now, I have one insight. A number of people have told me that oversight on the university spending, especially in the capital budget, often is very lax. Let's take the University of Cincinnati. They built a wonderful new architecturally renowned DAP Fine Arts Center. It went way over budget. So far over budget that they did not have enough money to spend on easels for the student. And the facade is falling down. This is just ridiculous. You know, what Senator Schuler said about funding remedial education is in fact true. 41% of all entering freshmen in 2003 took at least one remedial course in math or English. This is ridiculous. What we can do is we can look for partnership opportunities with businesses. Why couldn't they help us fund tailored education programs so the students end up, again, hitting the ground running with the job? But one of the most important things we can do immediately is we can restore the tax deduction that was given for the first 2 years of college that was removed in order to pay for the tax cut.
Thank you. Mr. Schuler, would you like 30 seconds?
No, thank you.
All right.